Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace or and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bro?
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace or us should know that they ain't telling about. Music, Diddy, there's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bro? Hold up, have you heard the latest bombshell word on the street? Is that Usher is finally spilling the tea on his past with Diddy. And it's not pretty, buckle up, because this story is about to take a dark turn. Usher and Diddy were once tight like brothers, with Usher even living under Diddy's roof for a whole year. But behind closed doors, their relationship was far from a fairy tale. Looking at this lawsuit, right, Lud, he alleges that Diddy told him personally that he had sex with Usher. And when you look at the lawsuit, even though they got Usher name redacted, you could tell who it is because they describe him as the guy that performed at the Super Bowl, right? So I mean, we all know who that is, but how you feel about that man? But I mentioned that earlier that he said about Stevie J, the Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying, because I had a certain feeling and I have felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay. And I don't mean to mention other people platforms. But he got on Shaw and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying about the business, right? I know. And people know that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you going to give him a bro? I know, let me refrain you on something. Remember Usher, we was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff was had Kim in the room, had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the inn in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in this row. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know, didn't you, right? When you was at Diddy camp, y'all put it together. And what you mean by Diddy camp? Remember he was on what of the talk shows, the white guy with the curly hair, what's his name, the white guy with the curly hair, and he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usha said, no, ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him. Damn man, you said that I know you can't go into detail. But you said that it was a situation where D sent him to the hospital. Let us explain that to you. Let us, your mom, explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York. Usher is now dropping bombs, accusing Diddy of grooming him and exposing him to a world no minor should ever see. The stakes are high as Usher opens up about the trauma he endured during his time with Diddy. Brace yourself, because the truth about their brotherhood is about to be unveiled. And it's a cautionary tale that everyone needs to hear. Yeah, that is weird, man. I never knew about that man. You never told me about that man. But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Ludrow, he also alleges that Diddy, he will grope his genitals and he will grope his anus. My man, I didn't understand that one right now, because his anus is your underscore. His genitus is his nut, so I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? 'Cause he said that they never had sex. If you read it in the thing, they never had sex. He made claims that they never had sex. But how would he grope your anus, your underscore? How would he play with your genitals? Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean, it don't make sense how you wake up. But the F naked with two other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened. I think he was just trying to save face, man. But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that Diddy will grope his butt instead of us? I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how does that work? Somebody groping your anus, UGNA, say your butt. The lawyer was say, what do you mean? He would say my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks, your two cheeks. He said anus, the anus is the underscore. How did he get that far? You gotta say no, the Diddy some know that. Underscore. Ain't funny, man. But you got to say no so from you reading the lawsuit, right? You feel like he had relationship with Diddy, when me being a former investigator, I think Elrod was trying to save face on certain things that he had somewhat of a relationship, or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that F fashion, because there's no way that he going to wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place. And he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in a bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical. If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers, if you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there roofie you or whatever, and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say something is wrong? He said he didn't say we woke up with all my clothes. He said we woke up the F naked in those papers. As the story unfolds, Usher's bombshell allegations against Diddy are sending shockwaves through the entertainment world. Word on the street is that Usher is finally spilling the tea on the dark side of his relationship with Diddy. And it's not for the faint of heart. Hold up, because what Usher is revealing is straight up disturbing. According to Usher, the grooming started when he was just a 13-year-old kid living under Diddy's roof. Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying. I'm going to let you rock this every time you lay. This going to be yours. So every time you it's a little dusty, but get the front shot, man. Minute. Okay, alright, so I'm going to be driving this next year. Yeah, when you get 16 you come down like you got to where your seat. I mean, I'm 15, you can ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit now. That not yet, no, not ready. Slow down, let's slow down, just let's slow down one step at a time. But yeah, the keys is yours when when you get 16 you good to go. I'm good to go, yeah, alright. And then when you get 18, you get the house, you get the mansion. Okay, I get the mansion, yeah, alright. So where are we off to now? What would you like to go? I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going? So check this out. Yo, I'm Justin. And you ever seen the movie 48 Hours right now? He's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives. Where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose. But it's definitely a 15-year-old stream. I've been give custody of him. He's signed to Usher. I'm signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher. When he did his first album, I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him. But for the next 48 hours, he's with me, so yeah. And we going to go full buck, full crazy, going crazy on taking this ab tonight. What you want to do over the next 48 hours, let's go. Are we going to let's just go get some girls, let's go hang out some girls, some man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about here. Behind the scenes, Diddy was allegedly exposing Usher to a world no child should ever see, throwing him into the deep end of wild parties and inappropriate situations. We're talking about the infamous freak-off parties, where boundaries were crossed and lines were blurred. But the impact of these experiences on Usher's mental health is where the story takes a heartbreaking turn. The trauma he endured during his time with Diddy has left deep scars, leading Usher down a path of substance abuse as he tried to numb the pain. It's a cautionary tale of the long-lasting effects of grooming and the importance of protecting young artists in the industry. We want to thank you, Cam. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo, no, just don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You didn't. No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed, and shouts out to him. And what he did, I'm just gonna, if we can just, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not, I don't want my shot to even res, like I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Us should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I just off the garden stage. That's my brother right here. From day one we used to wake up. And I mean, Dan, pause. But like test out, I mean back in the days, when he was like 10. And I was a little bit older as older brother. We used to fight over the frosted flake, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know I'm saying, but it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted places because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest in the world. And you know what the underscore did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this for me. Puff just said used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was underscore stupid list. We having a good time. Usher made in Heyo. Usher is brave, opening up about his struggles, revealing that he's had to seek